Hi everybody, Jim Egan, head of school, Synapse School, Sunday morning on campus. Thought I would send you a video rather than a long email. I'm actually here this morning for a few reasons. One is that we have a group called Poppy who work with primary health, who work with the state of California. Poppy is here to look at our air. They're a pathogen detecting device unit, and they're doing an air audit. So the process is they're collecting our air, looking at the zones, how air is flowing. They just did 3D scans of the buildings, and then they run this audit. They are going to take a look at our airflow, see if we need to make any adjustments to our HVAC. How is the air moving through the buildings? Is it pooling somewhere? We are the only school in California doing this. I'm really excited about this partnership. Deanna gets full credit for making it happen, but again, no school's doing this in California, but we are, and this is to look ahead to next year, right? And not just around COVID, but about healthy air. How do you make sure pathogens are not in the building for our kids? So we've been doing that all morning, working with that group, learning a lot. Some flew in from Toronto. The group's based in Toronto as well as San Francisco. And so that is one of the reasons why I'm here on a Sunday morning. But we are also here to discuss for the middle school, what do we do for maximum security that every student can get to the trips, which are in a week's time. And so we sent out a quick snapshot survey to get a little feedback. We got great results right away. Thank you very much, parents who gave those results to us quickly. We called Stephanie, the middle school head. We had a discussion, and then we've just been talking about it. And this is what we're going to do for next week. So 7 and 8, 7th graders and 8th graders, our 7-8 cohort is going to go into distance learning. 5, 6, our 5th graders and 6th graders are going to come to campus. You might say, okay, why? Well, we looked at the feedback, and it's very clear, it's overwhelming. That's the preference by the majority, right? That the 5, 6 come here and the 7, 8 go into DL. So why does the 7th and 8th grader, why do the 7th and 8th graders go to DL? One, they're going to Alaska. Alaska is far away. If anything were to happen to those kids, if COVID happens while there, it's just a bigger problem for families, a bigger problem for Synapse. 2, 7th and 8th graders are more mature. They can handle distance learning much better than a 5th or a 6th grader. In many cases, 5th graders, in many schools, 5th graders are elementary school kids still. Third, this is the last chance for some of these 7th and 8th graders. The last time we took this trip was 2018, Stephanie told me this morning. So this is it. And then I would say fourth, a number of those 8th graders, they're graduating, they're going on to high school. It's just a different experience for them these last few weeks of school. So, so we think fundamentally distance learning for 7th and 8th graders is more appropriate, and that we think the 7th and 8th grade trip, because it's more grandiose, it's more expansive, and more complex and just farther away, it makes sense that our 7th and 8th graders go into DL. 5th and 6th graders will come to campus as they always do, starting on Monday. Now, I want to be very clear, this is not about the illness. Some parents have responded back to us in the survey saying, like, we're not worried about the effects of the illness. Quite frankly, nor am I. But any kid who tests positive, any student that tests positive, asymptomatically even, they're out of the trip. Doesn't matter. So this is really about quarantining and eliminating eliminating as much as we can, or trying to control the variables as much as possible around quarantining. This decision is strictly about that. It is not in any histrionic reaction to concern of the virus and its effects on our kids. We know what it does at this point. We know the vast majority of kids, it's very mild. This is strictly a decision based on the quarantining rules and restrictions that are in place that would eliminate a student from going to Alaska. So that's the news. Again, 7 and 8 going to distance learning this week, 5, 6 coming to campus. If you've got questions, let me know. I'll be at school most of the day. You could get to me if you get this message. And if not, I'll see you tomorrow as well. And again, we're doing this really awesome study for about our air quality. So we're continuing to iterate and make improvements as well. Okay, everybody, take care.